Reverend Dr. Stephanie Redfeather, and I want to share with you a really powerful 5-minute foot routine that's going to help connect you to your body, ground you, stimulate and activate all of the major organs and systems in the body, and start your day on the right foot. So first of all, I want to acknowledge my yoga teacher and her lineage, because this is a routine that we did at the beginning of class for many, many years. So I just want to bring her energy in and thank her for this routine. So why is this routine so powerful? We're just going to touch our feet for 5 minutes, right? Well, if you're familiar with reflexology, reflexology maps the human body onto the bottom of the foot, as well as the hands. And so there are positions on the bottom of the foot that correspond to each of the different major systems and organs and body parts. So when we're moving flesh around, when we're stimulating these parts, we're actually sending energy to all of these systems and organs in the body. We're enlivening them, energizing them, activating them. We are grounding ourselves, because anytime we're touching our feet or doing anything with our lower body, the lower body is where we ground most through the lower body into Mother Earth. And when we touch ourselves, it brings our consciousness down to the lower part of the body and to our feet, and helps us embody, become present and fully seated inside of our physical bodies. And so touching the feet are a great way to really help ourselves connect to our physical body. And finally, our feet are what carry us through the day. It's what we stand on, it's what we walk on. And so when we can stimulate that tissue, bring in blood flow, work out some of the stiffness, we're actually activating the bottoms of our feet. These are the platforms that we stand on. So when they're working well, when they are flush with blood, when they are not stiff but articulating well, that's going to help us have a more stable foundation as we move through the day. So let's begin the routine. So I just want to disclose that I am not a yoga instructor, and you don't have to know yoga at all to do this. You can simply sit in a chair if you are unable to sit on the floor like I am, but we're going to be in this position for the whole routine. Or you can be sitting in a chair with your legs bent at 90 degrees. So we begin in what is called staff pose, which is just sitting at a 90-degree angle with the legs out. You don't want to jam your kneecaps down and grip them so tightly. You want to have a little bit of looseness. Have your feet straight up to begin, sitting up straight as you can. And then you just take your foot, right foot, in your hands, like I'm doing, and hold it up to the level that's comfortable for you. Your hips might be tight. We all have different things that, might get in the way or be stiff or don't work on one side the way they do the other. So you want to put your fingers in between your toes, just like this, and then start rotating the ankle in one direction and then the other direction. And do this at whatever speed works for you. This is the speed that I want to go. You might want to go faster, you might want to go slower. Just start to articulate that joint. And now we're going to press the toes and the top of the foot back towards the knee, stretching the calf and the bottom of the foot, and then bringing it forward. And I like to really kind of pull down on the toes a little bit. If you like, you can start then on the next movement by pushing the toes back then before you move the foot back. So we're just going to do this a few times. And now we're going to place the foot on top of the thigh, take our fingers out, and now we're just going to slap the tops and bottoms of our feet, waking things up. And now you want to make a fist and use your knuckles to massage and stimulate the bottom of your feet, all over the bottom of your foot, all over the bottom of the surface. Make sure to get around the heel, the sides, up under the bottom of your toes. And next, we're going to do each of the individual toes. So start with the pinky, and you're going to do a little twist in each direction, and a pinch and a pull off the end. And twist and pinch and pull all of your toes, really waking them up, bringing good blood flow all the way down. And now put your thumbs on the bottom of your feet. Put your hands, wrap your fingers around the top, and you're just going to take your thumbs and massage. And if you've got some spots that are particularly tight, you might want to work on them. If you have plantar fasciitis, sore heel, if your arches hurt, just give that area a little bit of love and attention. And then you can also take the fronts, your fingers across the fronts of your feet, just like this. Wake that flesh up. Get some blood circulating in there. And then finally, as if you have a sparkler sticking out of the end of your foot, you take your foot and move it in a figure 8 direction. So if that's a little hard to comprehend, just imagine that sparkler going in a figure 8. Very good. And that completes that foot. So we just put it back out in front for a moment, let everything equalize, and now bring up your other foot. And for me, my left hip is tighter, so just notice what's different in your body from one side to the next. Make adjustments to give yourself whatever you need to be comfortable. Putting your fingers in between your toes and starting to circle the ankle in each direction at whatever speed your body's asking for. And then we start to push the toes towards the knee, back. Do this a few times, really getting those ankle joints warmed up and lubricated. Now we place the ankle on the thigh, pull our fingers out, and pat the tops of our feet, the bottom of our feet, sides. Now we make a little scrub brush with our knuckles, getting the entire bottom of the foot. And this just always feels so good to me. A lot of times I'll even yawn or have feelings in my body that I can tell my body's going, that feels good. Now we do the toes. So you start with the pinky, a little twist in each direction, a pinch and pull off the end, giving each one of them some love and attention. Our toes do so much, and we hardly even give them a second thought. Okay, now bring your thumbs to the bottom. Give yourself a massage, focusing on any areas that are particularly tight or sore for you. My body just took a nice deep breath there, so my body is enjoying this process. And then on the top of the foot, taking your fingers to run across, pull the skin, wake it up. All right. Now finally that sparkler in a figure 8, moving that ankle and foot all around. Okay. Now there's a final little fun bonus piece that my instructor always took us through. So I want you to bend your knees, straighten up your back as best you can. You can put your arms around your knees to help yourself straighten up your spine. You want to have your feet about a fist and a half apart or 2 fists apart. Try to spread your toes out if you can. Now, I know toes can be very uncooperative. I tend to have, as my husband says, freaky feet because I can pick things up and turn knobs and all of that. But whatever is your mobility situation, that is totally fine. So what I want you to do is keep your 2 big toes down, lift up the other 4 toes. And now put the 4 toes down, lift up your big toes. Now put the big toe and pinky toe down and lift up the 3 in the middle. And then the really advanced move is put the 3 in the middle down and lift up the 2 on the ends. And I still can't do this after 10 years. So if you got to reach down there and kind of help your toes go into position, that's fine. And then we can just finish by patting a little bit. And that is the end of your 5-minute Fat Power foot routine to begin your day.